All righty. Good morning, everybody. Teresa, the Orlando Preppers in the building. Janet, how you guys doing this morning? We'll give everybody a few minutes to wander on in. Boy, it got cold. It was so nice this week. Now it's cold. Skull, everybody. Oh, nothing better than a cup of coffee in the morning. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully good. Staying busy. Chris, Texas Raider, how are you doing today? Good to see you. So we'll do some news, and then hi Jigger, and then that's my big boy back there, and then we'll post a link if anybody wants to come up and talk. Now we're gonna get off of here about 9:15, 9:20 because Vision's coming on at 9:30, and I don't want to overlap Vision. But he did tell us there is going to be a bug out weekend in Ohio this year. I know he was kind of up in the air about it for quite a while, so that's good news. So, Kane Corso, good morning. So, of course, I will be going, and Mrs. OVB will be going, and Reba will be going. How many we got in here? Does it tell me? It tells me somewhere, but it's too early in the morning, and I'm not awake yet. Or I'm half awake. Granny, good morning. Rayanne, good morning. How you doing? All right, so let's see what this is all just what happened yesterday that comes through my news feed. So, U.S. intelligence reports continue to warn that Vladimir Putin has not abandoned his aim at capturing all of Ukraine and reclaiming parts of Europe because he wants to put back the old the USSR from back in the day. Texas investor Gentry Beach, who is associated with the Trump family, secretly signed an agreement with the Russian company Novatek in the fall of 2025 to develop natural gas fields in Alaska. Wonderful, right? Little Lone Prepper, good morning. The U.S. published the fourth quarter 2025 GDP data, which massively missed expectations. The expectations were 4.4%, and it was only 1.4%. So they never get that right because they're always trying to be optimistic. And, they tell you, oh, economy's great. Everything's great. Economy's doing great. Well, the economy sucks in reality. So FBI, DEA, ICE, and the State Department have signed a 3-year contract with Oxygen Forensics, a Russian software company founded by FSB agents. It's all a big club, guys. It's all a big club. Everything we see on the mainstream media and all that is just a show. Trump's going to visit China from March 31st to April 2nd. China is supplying a massive amount of drones to Russia through Thailand. A planned potential action against Iran has now reached an advanced stage, according to Reuters. Yeah, my personal opinion about that is it's not going to be this weekend. It's going to be next weekend. And the thought process behind that is because, right, Spy Geezer, yeah, it's a big club. We're not in it. Yeah, George Carlin said that. He was trying to tell us this stuff back a long, long time ago. But anyway, we're not going to hit Iran this weekend, I don't think. I mean, we might. I could always be wrong. But I don't think we are. I think we're going to wait till next weekend because it's a full moon and they can see a lot better because it'll be a night strike. So I just think they're going to wait till next weekend. But I could be wrong. Where am I? Hundreds of troops have been evacuated from Al Udeid base in Qatar, according to the Pentagon. Iran has concluded that the only way to stop this cycle of war is to fight against the United States and Israel, even if it comes at a very high cost to itself. This is another thing. I know people are saying, "Well, we shouldn't get in another war. We shouldn't go in and fight Iran." But here's the problem with that: is if we don't do it now, we're going to have to do it eventually, because Iran is dead set on wiping out us and Israel. And any kind of agreement that we come to with them is just going to delay the inevitable. Just give them more time to, even if they say, okay, well, we won't enrich any uranium, we won't make any, they're still going to do it. They're just going to hide it. So it's going to have to be done eventually, in my opinion. Okay. A significant number of U.S. military assets have been relocated from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar to Dhafra Air Base in the UAE, because that's a safer location. Pentagon has evacuated hundreds of soldiers from the Al Udeid base in Qatar and bases in Bahrain, including the 5th Fleet base. They're trying to get out of range. Yes. Nomad, you're exactly right. But they're getting ready to distract us from that, and we'll get to that. Poland is quitting the Ottawa Convention, banning its anti-personnel mines and finalize. Oh yeah, okay. So Poland's bringing back anti-personnel mines and finalizing a new mine-laying system that will start mining its eastern border within 48 hours. Now that was yesterday, so 15,000 at large after ISIS detention camp collapses in Syria. Zelensky said it in a narrow cycle of advisors that the negotiations have failed and we must prepare for a war plan for at least another 3 years. Yeah, that's not going to stop. I still think they're just trying to drain our the rest of the world's supplies of weapons by just kind of Russia could have walked through there in a day or two if they wanted to, but I still think they're just trying to drain everybody's stockpile of weapons by dragging this thing out in Ukraine. Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates will not allow the U.S. to use their airspace for strikes on Iran. That's interesting. Russian agents have rented apartments near the president's office with orders to eliminate Zelensky, intel has found. 3 Chinese nationalists have been arrested in the country of Georgia for allegedly attempting to illegally purchase 2 kilograms of uranium. Ukraine hit the Icelander ballistic missile production plant in Votninsk, Russia. South Korea has rejected a U.S.-Japan ROK joint air exercise proposed by Washington. Something's been going on over there. GGS Garden, good to see you this morning. If you watch some of my little doom reports, we got a combat scent that keeps flying around the North Korean border. And so something's definitely brewing over there, because we only have 2 of those. And when one of them is away from the continental U.S., there's an issue. So 2,065 flights of C-17s and C-5 went into the Middle East since mid-January. That is the biggest build-up since we went into Iraq. So I think they're definitely going to do it. It's just a matter of when, and I still think it's going to be next weekend. So, and like I said, I could be wrong. Cindy Lou, good morning. How you doing? It could start as early as tonight. If we go in tonight, I'll come back on and try to keep you guys updated. But I really think it's going to be next weekend. Hungary has blocked the UE's $90 billion loan package for Ukraine. New Zealand just sanctioned 100 Russian Shadow Fleet vessels. Institutional investors just sold a net $8.3 billion of U.S. equities last week, the second largest weekly sale on record in recorded history. Senior national security officers advised Trump that the military is prepared to execute potential strikes against Iran commencing Saturday, which is today. Like I said, I still think it's going to be next weekend. I could be wrong. Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing Temu, not Trump. That's a habit because they're all suing Trump. But anyway, he's suing Temu for deception marketing and illegal data harvesting. He says Temu is a Chinese communist spyware disguised as a shopping app. That's possible. Iran reportedly presented a proposal to the United States during a second round of nuclear talks in Geneva, offering a pause in uranium enrichment for 3 years and not to use ballistic missiles against Israel. And Wyckoff rejected the proposal. J.D. Vance flew to Rome to formally invite Pope Leo to join America's 250th anniversary celebration, and the Pope declined. White House says that T-Man's 10% tariffs will apply to everyone, even the ones that have already made deals. Oh, and there's actually just been a new update. Denmark has unveiled a total preparedness plan of $1.2 billion emergency package to strengthen its country's resilience against Russia. The Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness opens the press conference by saying that Denmark is facing a very serious threat and Russia is waging a hybrid war against NATO and Denmark. We just talked about that. Transport Minister Thomas Danielson has also announced a new drone flight notification system. And the Minister of Environment says they are facing daily cyber attacks. Also, the Minister of Climate, Energy, and Utilities says that attacks are increasing in frequency and severity. So Denmark's all freaked out. Okay. And there's a big winter storm coming through Pennsylvania and Rhode Island and stuff like that. So if you're in that area, get ready for a big winter storm. What else is going on? So Trump has told that they need to release all the information on aliens. Can you believe that? So, because there's nothing going on with the Jeffrey files, so they're going to throw all this alien stuff out and to distract us. Because, he said, we need to just move on from this. There's nothing going on. So nobody's going to get arrested. Nobody's going to get nothing. It's all crap. Unless you're in the royal family, because apparently they're going to be the scapegoats for all this. Because of what? They arrested Prince Andrew. Was it Prince Andrew? One of them. And now they're talking about removing him from the line of succession. I swear. Mother Nature's been interesting. Advert, good morning. How you doing? You seen my short? We had a big thunderstorm Thursday night. It doesn't thunderstorm here in February. That's like an April, May kind of thing. So that was crazy. We actually had a bolt of lightning that hit. I was at work when it hit. And a bolt of lightning and a rumble of thunder that shook the whole building. And now it's cold, and tomorrow it's supposed to snow. So you got to love it. Yeah, you're right, GGS. It'll probably be all redacted, and we'll never see hardly any of it anyway, but they're just trying to distract us again. Yeah. Going to get hit with a good snow. Yeah, I seen that. Okay, now I will drop the link if anybody wants to come up and hang out for a while. There we go. And then I'm going to pin that to the top, which I have to do on my phone. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Push the right button, man. There we go. There we go. All right. So that is all set now. Now, next Saturday, there won't be a morning live stream because there is I'm losing my mind here. Oh, there is oh, dog, good morning. Wasn't me. There's a sustainable living conference in town here that I want to go to next Saturday. So we'll probably do a live stream Saturday afternoon next week because I want to go to the sustainable living conference. I'll take some video on that if they allow me. I don't see why they. No, they're not coming for me. That was actually the rescue unit headed down towards the highway. They go down through there about 6 times a day. I swear, people can't seem to manage that intersection down that way. So my stomach growling. No, not yet. Out feeding 6,200 cows. Boy, I tell you what, that's got to be a job. No, yeah, the rescue unit goes through here, I'd say, yeah, at least a half a dozen times a day. Usually I know they're coming before they get here because the neighbor has 2 German Shepherds, and I swear them German Shepherds hear them as soon as they pull out. And it's got to be, I don't know, it's what, 6, 7, 8 blocks up the road. As soon as they pull out, they start howling. And I go, well, rescue unit's coming. Sure enough, a couple minutes later, I hear them. So what's everybody got planned prepping wise this weekend? I have to reorganize the wife's get home bag because she's going out of town next weekend. And Lawfully Armed, good morning. Her bag's not set up for that long of a trip because normally if we would need to bug out, we're not going that far. So I got to get her bag reorganized so she can take it with her just in case. Because I think next weekend's a bad weekend to travel. But of course, she's going with the kids and the grandkids, and they're going to Great Wolf Lodge. And I'm not going. Yeah, the neighbor's dog. My 2 dogs, they don't. They're both sleeping. They didn't even know the rescue unit went by. They are not exactly guard dogs. Now, Chewy will at least let us know if somebody comes around the house. He does bark. L dog, I ain't going because I don't want to go for one thing. Somebody's got to stay home and take care of the animals, and plus that sustainable living conference is next week, and I don't want to miss it. It's Saturday. They're leaving Friday. They won't be back till late Sunday night. Maybe they'll see Wolfgang. Actually, they're going to the one down by Cincinnati, the Great Wolf Lodge. Yeah, there's one down by Cincinnati, and I don't remember the name of the town. And then there's one up north on the river, on the lake. Chest freezer. Okay. So they are going to the one down by Cincinnati. It's Mason. I think it's Mason. Does that sound right? I think that sounds right. So, but yeah, that'll be down in Wolfgang area. Yeah. Definitely. So, but I got to get her a bag already just in case. Pilgrim, good morning. Good to see you. So that's what I'll be doing today. And my dogs are going to snore in the background. So, Reba, oh, you wore out already. You went outside for like 15 minutes. You're such a bum. And I gotta organize some things. So I always got something to do, it seems like. So that's my plans for today. Sorry about the glare in my glasses, but if I take them off, I can't see the chat. Sucks getting old. It's not so much that I can't see, my arms got too short. So Teresa's in lurking mode. Okay, somebody make sure I'm paying attention to the time, because I'll just get on here and start gabbing. And I don't want to overlap Vision's live stream. So, Salt Miss, good morning. How are you doing? So yeah, but anyway, Vision is having a bug out weekend this year in Ohio. So now I'm definitely know the three bug out weekends I'm going to this year. So going to be a busy year. Dave, good morning. How are you doing? Digging out from last night's store. Okay. Rodney, what's up? How's things down under, Rodney? Yes, Vision's coming on at 9:30, and I want to make sure I don't overlap that. And like I said, I lose track of time. So, Tiny, I don't need a kitty. So make sure that I'm not gabbing here and lose track of time and overlap on Visions. Things are pretty good down under. That's good. Things are kind of a mess here between the X-Files and the possibility of wars and our government sticking it to us every chance they can get, and normal stuff here in the good old U.S. So yeah, everybody anxious about the whole all smoke and mirrors. Yeah, it is. It is. Everybody anxious about the whole Alien Files release, the next distraction from what's really going on. Yeah, Rodney, it's a global thing. They're all in it together. It's all of them. Thanks, Pilgrim. Appreciate that. I'm kind of interested to see what they say. I'm sure it's going to be outlandish. I kind of expected this, though. I was kind of expecting like a Project Bluebeam kind of thing. I mean, are they going to actually show us an alien? They might. Who knows? It's probably going to be something outlandish to, distract us from the other stuff. So you're going to reveal what's in Area 51. I lived in Vegas. Area 51 is just where they develop aircraft, in my opinion, anyway. I mean, I used to go out and hang out. We were in the Matrix. Yeah, you know what? It's a possibility. The AI video. Oh, yeah, that's what it would probably be. But I used to go out and hang out in the desert at night. I never saw anything that I couldn't explain out there. So I love the whole Janet Air thing, right? So if you call the FAA and you tell them I saw a white plane with a red stripe with no tail numbers on it, they'll tell you it don't exist. They'll say, no, all planes have tail numbers and that. It doesn't exist. They all have identification numbers. And you can sit at the airport, at McCarran Airport, because they sit where the hangar for those two planes is right alongside the road. So you can sit there and look at them and say, but no, it's sitting right in front of me. And they'll tell you it don't exist. And it's so funny because they even show up on the flight radar. If you watch Flight Radar 24, Janet Air shows up on the flight radar. They keep their transponders on. It's the dumbest thing ever. But anyway, that was always a conspiracy thing, all Janet there. And all that does is take the workers that work at Area 51 to Tactical Muffin Top. What's up, my man? All right, I still got to send you an email. I forgot. All that does is take the workers from Vegas out to Area 51 and back. So they make a couple trips a day. You see them on the flight radar. It's hilarious that they tell you it don't exist. Yeah, I gotta send Muffin Top an email because I forgot to do it the other night. I was at work and just forgot all about it. I need to start. Speaking of Tactical Muffin Top, he's very big on prepping your body, right? Getting yourself in shape, and that's something I got to start working on, especially before bug out weekend. Yeah, but it's so funny because, like I said, I actually did that once. I called the FAA and told them, and they were like, "No, those don't exist." And I was sitting alongside Tropicana Avenue, Tropicana Boulevard, and you can see the plane. I mean, they're sitting right there by the fence. Billy, good morning. Of course, I always wanted to say hi to Reba first. Reba's, I don't know, what are you doing? What are you doing, Reba? Reba, come here. Come on, come on. There we go. There's my baby girl. She's all getting ready for bug out weekend. You're going to bug out weekend. You're going to go hang out with Billy. Yeah. Oh, bless you. Bless you. You can go hang out with Billy. Huh? Yeah, she'll be there. She looks so little with her haircut. I saw that. They're trying to eliminate property tax here. But, Reba, you're sitting on my phone. You're going to block somebody. I don't want to block nobody. Okay. But the governor has come out and said, well, if you do that, we're going to have to raise the sales tax to 20%, 18 to 20%, because he just don't want to do it. CUCB, there's not okay. Oh, Vision hasn't told a date yet. I think he said sometime in June, but he did confirm that there's going to be one. Okay, I can't see, Reba. Lay down, baby. Lay down, sweetie. So I don't have a specific date. There you go. That's a good girl. Yeah, but he might mention it today on his coffee talk here at 9:30. So we'll see. Just a guy in the woods. How you doing? Hello from Norway. Welcome in. So anyway, Vision's live at 9:30. Right. Yep. That's why I got to keep an eye on the time to make sure I don't go over. Are you just going to sit here and snort? Watch curling. I did not watch anything on the I didn't watch any of the Olympics. Vanessa, good morning. How you doing? Did not watch 1 second of the Olympics. Because I don't really watch TV. And I don't really watch I used to watch a lot of baseball, because I like baseball. And of course, I watch my Buckeyes during football season, but that's all over with. You're just going to hang out now and be on the show. Okay. All right. You can do that. You're a good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. But I didn't watch any of the Olympics at all. Reba, you can go to bug out weekend. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is my baby. Did anybody else watch any of the Olympics? I heard about the whole curling thing, that there was some kind of controversy. Curling, I don't know. Curling's addictive. Like you would look at it and just think it's boring, but you just get roped in, and you're like, it's addicting. Vanessa, yeah, you should be familiar with Rodney. Yeah, absolutely. Only seen some clips. Yeah, that's all I saw. I saw a little bit of clips here and there, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I don't even know how we did. Historic blizzard targets millions in the Northeast. Yeah, this is going to hit the coastline, looks like. Looks like it's going to be a good one. Or a bad one, whatever you want to consider it. So, yeah, if you're over there on the coast, get ready. Oh, Rodney, I love my knife. Yes, Rodney made me. There's a video I did, I don't know, a long time ago about my knife, and Rodney actually made my knife. It's awesome. King Corso never watches any sports. Oh, dog only watches you. Yeah, that's how I am. I don't really watch. Me and my wife will watch a movie or something every now and then. Plymouth, Maine is expecting 1 to 2 foot of snow Sunday. Jeez. James, good to see you. How you doing? James, in case you missed it, there is going to be an Ohio bug out weekend this year. JD, how you doing? And we don't have a specific date yet, but I'm sure it's coming pretty soon. So, because Vision confirmed it Thursday on his live stream. So, and I'm looking forward to that because I miss my friends. You know, I mean, Ghost and Mad Shad and Trent and Rural and them guys. I mean, we talk a lot on here and on our phones and stuff, but cool. But I haven't seen them guys in person for quite a long time, and I miss them guys. Your coffee's empty. Yeah, that's bad. Coffee's empty again. I don't know. That's a good question. Am I buffering? I hope not, but you never know. So anyway, I'm looking forward to Bug Out Weekend. Just like I said, if nothing else, and the funny thing is I was just getting ready to. Okay, cool. Thanks, Rodney. I was just getting ready to. That's not good. Okay, thanks, guys. All right. I was just getting ready to get a hold of Shad and Ghost and Rural and Vision and say, if you're not going to be a Bug Out Weekend, we need to all get together just on our own and hang out for a weekend or something. And then he said there is going to be a Bug Out Weekend, so I thought, well, okay then. Salt Mist, have a good day. So just like I said, I miss them guys. I mean, we talk a lot behind the scenes, and but we haven't seen each other in person since Bug Out Weekend last year. So, and it's a great time. If you guys can go, make sure you go. We have a great time. Besides, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to learn things in that. We network, and we just had a ball. I mean, we spent the whole weekend laughing and joking around, and we had a big thunderstorm roll through. In case you weren't there last year, and Rural was making apocalypse popcorn, and I'll tell you what, we just had a ball. We did. We had a great time. So if you can get there, you need to go, just to meet everybody in person. I mean, we talk on here, a lot of us, and I know James is in Ohio, so he was wanting to go. 3 and Flea. Yeah, you never know. Pilgrim, awesome. Shenanigans, Billy. Yeah, well, yeah, there was definitely some shenanigans going on. Sanctioned shenanigans, not just crazy shenanigans. But hey, you two knock it off. Reba, Chewy, a bad time to be playing. Okay. Oh, you're in Georgia? I was thinking you were in Ohio. Okay. Well, hey, come up anyway. I mean, Mark comes up from North Carolina. So, and we had Joel's came from Canada. I think they were the farthest away. I think it was 1,100 miles. So, we get people from all over, not just Ohio. Well, put one together. Just a guy in the woods. I mean, that's how all the rest of them got started. Somebody just said, "Yeah, that's." Somebody said, "Just do it. Just organize it. Whoever shows up, shows up." That's what I was telling my wife that this morning, Billy. I said, we're going to just drop Reba off at Billy's tent, and we probably won't see her the rest of the weekend. So, hey, you two knock it off. Rita's actually not here. She's at work. She works. She don't work every weekend, but she works most weekends. She works at a hotel. JD, just a guy in the woods, is actually from Norway. What all do we do over the weekend? That's a good question. Okay, so it's usually Thursday through Sunday. Thursday's just show up day. You just show up and everybody gets set up, get their tent set up and all that. And then we just go around and talk and we help everybody else set their stuff up and things like that. And then Friday and Saturday, there are usually a few classes each day. And it don't take up the whole day. Like you got plenty of time to hang out with everybody else. And yes, all kinds of fun, actually, all kinds of stuff and all kinds of fun. And last year, I think there was 2 classes on Friday, 2 classes on Saturday. And then Saturday night, we had the campfire chat, which is no electronics allowed. So you guys didn't hear about that. There's actually still secrets from last year's campfire chat that haven't come out yet. Don't tell Teresa. Hey, knock it off. So, and like I said, Devil Dog cooked up a huge bunch of pulled pork. So we ate well. That was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And you just got to know everybody. You get to know all the people you see on here a lot of times. You get to walk around, meet everybody. And if anybody's got any questions, like there was classes that weren't like sanctioned classes. You know what I mean? Somebody would just say, "Hey, how do I do this?" And somebody'd say, "Well, I know how to do this." And then so you went off and learned how to do. Yeah, it rained. Will you two knock it off, Reba? Reba, come here. Leave your son alone. And so yeah, it's a great way to just pick up. And even if you're, they're not going to stop. Even if you're experienced this stuff, you might learn something that somebody else does different than you do. Maybe you got the same results, but they do it a little different, and you went, "Wow, that's an easier or a better way than how I do it," or whatever. So, yeah, you definitely learn a lot, and we had a blast. I mean, we just had a blast. It's not awkward, last year was my first one, so you show up. And you think, well, it might be a little awkward because, I've never met any of these people in person. And it was just like a family reunion. Everybody just walked in and it was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we just had a ball. It was great. So made a lot of friends, lifetime friends. That's where the 0 hour thing come from. After it was over, Rural contacted me and said, "Hey, we should do a collaboration, something on a weekly basis." And I said, "Yeah, that's fine." And we said, "Well, who else could we get?" And I said, "What about Mark?" Because, Mark was there. And he's like, "Yeah, cool." So tequila, there might have been a little unsanctioned beverages going on there. I didn't have any. We did drink a lot of coffee, lots of coffee. So Dan H, good morning. Speaking of somebody from Bug Out Weekend, Dan was at Bug Out Weekend, and JD was there. And yeah, so if you can get there, try to go, because trust me, it's worth it. Now, Vision did say there was going to be a fee this year, the small fee, just because there was a lot of people that didn't show up last year. And he wasn't angry, but he was disappointed, I think. And, hey, life, I understand some people, things come up at the last minute and they just couldn't make it. And, it happens. But there was probably about half the people that didn't show up last year. Not that it took away from any of the fun. We had a blast. And there was people there of all skill levels, okay? I mean, there was the, seasoned preppers from people who have never went camping in their life and everybody in between. And we had a ball. So, you two knock it off. Hey, Reba Chewy, knock it off. Can you see Daddy's trying to do a live stream? Here, you lay down there. You stay there. Yeah, you just stay there and snort, I guess. And, of course, Mark is having one in North Carolina. He hasn't got a specific date yet. Yeah, Vision uses his channel money to cover that usually, but he wanted to make wanted to have a small fee this year to kind of encourage everybody to show up, I think. Now I don't remember what I was going to say. Hate when I lose my train of thought. I haven't had enough coffee yet. But what was I saying? Okay. Yep. Sucks getting old. But anyway, yeah, try to get there if you can, because it is well worth it. And I doubt the fee is going to be very much. So, yeah, that's possible. You never know. I doubt it's going to be more than, I don't know, $20 or something. I wouldn't. I wouldn't think it would be very much, but. And he may even give you a refund if you show up. So who knows? Colleen, good morning. How are you doing? Off to work? Be careful. Yeah, my little dog likes to be in the videos. She's always seems to stick her head in there. So yeah, there might have been a little, but not like nobody was like drinking or anything. I think a couple of them had a couple drinks during the storm because there really wasn't nothing else to do. So we did have a big storm roll through. Was it Friday night or Saturday night? I don't remember. I think it was Friday night. And it was a pretty good storm. I mean, we had some wind, and yes, of course, there's never any shenanigans. Nope, no shenanigans. Never. But the storm didn't cause any problems. Like everybody had the hatches battened down, and it was no big deal. But it was a pretty good storm. It wasn't just a little storm. You guys have to play during my live stream. I swear. The dogs are having a good time. And there we go. Okay. So, yeah, if you can get there, please show up, because it is. I was a little, I don't know, I was excited last year, but I didn't know what to expect, and it was far better than I even thought it was going to be. So, hey, knock it off. Come here. I didn't want both of you to come here. Okay. All right. Okay. Guys, you're going to end up stepping on the computer or something. Knock it off. Go. I swear. They've been asleep all morning until I turned on the computer, and then they're like, woohoo, Dad's doing something. And I'm also going to, of course, Mark's bug out weekend. I think he's calling it the Half Ready Rendezvous. Actually, I learned quite a bit, Dan. And it's going to be, I think he said end of July, beginning of August, sometime along. Now, he lives up in the mountains, so it's not going to be as hot as everybody may think down there. But, so yeah, we're going to be hitting that one. And then we're going to Texas the week of Thanksgiving for God's Prepared Warriors bug out weekend. Will you two stop it? Cherry Reba. Cherry Reba. No. Lay down. Lay down. No, not here. Lay down. Lay down. Down. Lay down. You're not laying down. You're not doing it. This is not laying. I know. Okay. All right. Good boy. Oh, I swear. It's like having children. Okay. I don't need a lick. Lay down. Chewy, lay down. Sit. 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 Oh, I swear. I don't need morning kisses, Cindy. No, I don't need your tongue in my ear. No, I don't. This is actually Reba's son, who's about 4 times her size. Oh, yeah, that's your mom. She made you. I don't know how, but somehow. He's a good dog. No, he's not that big, Billy. He's like 65 pounds. He's not. He's medium, I guess you'd call him medium-sized dog. Spy Geezer, it must just be you. Oh, it cleared up the buffering. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, Chewy, I swear. He won't be going to bug out weekend, only because he's a handful. It's not that he's a nice dog. He's just like his mom. He just loves everybody. But he'd be jumping on everybody and knocking over people and stuff like that. So Reba's a lot more manageable. He'll probably stay with our daughter that weekend. And he likes to go over there and play with her dog. So that's probably where Chewy will go. I'd bring them both, but I don't want to be tied down with dogs while there's other things going on. Usually got to pay extra. Yeah. Well, you know, nothing's free these days. Some random dude. Good morning. How you doing? Good to see you. But usually Cole is the mascot at Bug Out Weekend. But Reba filled in last year because Cole couldn't make it. So she was last year's unofficial mascot. Now they're going to play with their toys. Okay, well, at least they're a little quieter when they do that. So yeah, again, no live stream next Saturday morning because yeah, I remember that one. Oops, good morning. How you doing? I didn't say hi to you before. I don't think I did. I think you snuck in. It's too early. That's because you were up late, Billy. I seen you did a live stream in the middle of the night. I woke up this morning. I seen the notification. But yeah, because I'm going to that sustainable living conference. And it's not very far away, but still. And like I said, I'll get some video of it, unless they say no video. But I don't see that being an issue. It's outdoors and it is covered. And luckily, it's supposed to be like 57 degrees next Saturday, which, if they're doing it outdoor in February, they were kind of asking for it. They got lucky with the weather forecast. But so anyway, I ought to get some good videos and L Dog, yeah, there is a great prepping community here in Ohio. And there's a lot of YouTubers from Ohio. I mean, you got me, of course. You got Vision, you got Mad Chad, Wolfang, Devil Dog, Ghost does some content, usually just whatever he's making for dinner. But who else? Oh, there's more. But yeah, there's an awesome prepping community in Ohio. Yes, thanks, Teresa. I gotta keep looking at the time because I want to get off of here in time to go refill my coffee before Vision comes on. So yeah, the prepping community in Ohio is awesome, and the bug out weekend is great. And then we had people from all over show up. Yeah, Teresa's in Ohio now. She doesn't really do any content, but you guys see her in all the chats and that. So Dan was there from Massachusetts. We had, like I said, we had Joel's was there from Canada. JD was there from Michigan. Mark Half-Ass Ready was there from North Carolina. We had some people that you don't see on YouTube that were there. Love and Life was there. I don't remember what state they're in. Yeah, I don't remember. So check out their channel if you haven't seen it. Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, Spy Geezer. That's there is actually probably 25 miles up the road is Holmes County, Ohio, from where I'm at, which is Holmes County, Ohio, and Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Kind of go back and forth. They're from New York. Okay, thanks, Dan. I couldn't remember. Kind of go back and forth. You two knock it off. As the two largest Amish communities in the country. So, and they kind of battle of which one's the biggest one, and it really don't matter. They're both huge, so it doesn't really make any difference. So yeah, I actually have some Amish friends. It's actually where I got my dogs. And Cindy's from Alabama. So yeah, the Amish community is they do a lot of things that I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks from them guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, Lehman's. I know where Lehman's at. Yep. I've been there several times. Some tips and tricks from the Amish. The first thing I'm going to do when we get our property is build an ice house or an Amish. I call it an Amish freezer. And have a good day, Rodney. Or good. Well, let's see. It's about nighttime over there, I think. Stop it. And anyway, it's basically what it is. It looks like a shed, and they insulate it to the heels, and they just pack it full of ice. And the ice lasts year round. It doesn't matter how hot it gets or anything else. And that's how they freeze their food. And if the power goes out, it doesn't matter. It doesn't use power. So that's the first thing I'm doing when we get our property. 12 o'clock in the morning. Okay, yeah, I thought it was nighttime over there. And that way I will have frozen food year round, and you don't ever have to worry about power. If the power goes out, if the grid goes down, it doesn't make any difference. And where they get the ice from is they just wait till it gets cold in the wintertime. And they made the first time I seen it, they had like a 12 by 12 or 15 by 15, about a foot deep. Stop it! Come here. Set up that they filled with a tarp, and they just filled it full of water, froze it, cut it up into blocks, and stuck it in there. Robert, yes. Vision announced Thursday that there is going to be a Ohio bug out weekend this year. So, and he may talk about it. He's doing a live stream in a little more than a half an hour, and he may talk about it then. So we might get a little more information on that. Last I heard, he did not have a date nailed down yet. So, oh yeah, GGS. I will definitely video that when I do it. We got to get our property first. But yeah, and that's going to be mostly for meat that you can keep. Like I said, I can keep frozen year round no matter what. So, because the first time, I'll tell you the story. So I used to haul some Amish. Some of you have seen my giant van, and one guy I hauled quite a bit, and we were kind of friends, and I went out there one day, and they were setting up this, they had like 2x6s or 2x12s boards that they were making a frame, like it was like 12 by 12, 15 by 15, something like that. I don't remember exactly. And they were filling it. I'm out there waiting for him. He was running a little late, and oh, Cindy, you'd be surprised. And they're filling this thing full of water, and it's cold. It's winter. It's about this time of year, maybe January. And they're filling it full of water, and I'm thinking, what are they doing? So the guy comes out and he gets in the van, and I said, his name was Ray. I said, Ray, what are you guys doing? And he said, oh, we're making ice. And it was like a weekday, and the weekend it was supposed to be really cold. Like we were going to have a really cold snap. It was going to be below zero. And I said, okay. I said, what do you need that much ice for? And he said, oh, for our freezer. And he pointed towards his shed. I said, that's your freezer? And he said, yeah. I said, well, let me take a look at it. He's like, yeah, sure, come on. So he goes out and shows me. And man, I said, what do you do in the summertime when the ice melts? And he goes, there's ice in there. He goes, we actually didn't even make ice last year. He said, that ice that's in there is from 2 years ago. He said, we only have to make ice about every 2 years. And he said, it stays frozen year round. And I was like, that's an awesome idea. Because like I said, no power. You don't have to worry about it. Power goes out for a week, a month, forever. You still got frozen food. And I was like, that is awesome. So anyway, I'm actually going to probably hire one of them Amish guys to build it for me, so I do it right. Because they know how to do it. Ice skating rink. Yeah, I didn't know what they were doing. I thought, what are they doing with all that ice? But so, yeah, like I said, I'll probably just hire one of the Amish to do it because they, they all do it. So they know exactly how it should be done. So, but yes, I would definitely video that whenever that happens. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I said, I got to do that. I got to do it. Then if you go buy a cow or half a cow, whatever, you don't have to worry about the power. And if we have an SHTF situation and the power goes out for an extended period of time or forever or whatever, you still got frozen food. Just wait till it gets cold, make some more ice. They used a little a chainsaw, just cut it into like 12 by 12 blocks, and they stick it in there, and it lasts years. I was like, that's great. So you could definitely pick up some great tips No, GGS, it wasn't concrete. It was just like one of them sheds that you can, like pre-made sheds you can buy. It was a little bit bigger than I'd say your average size shed, but and they just packed it full of insulation, and then they lined the walls with ice, and stays frozen year round. Yeah, you can do that too. Yep. These guys actually didn't. Another friend of mine that's Amish, they do that. They use their pond. They got a small pond, and when it freezes, they cut the ice up from that. Uh, these guys didn't have a pond, so they were just making their own ice. But yeah, it is. The first time I saw that, I thought, "Yep, I got to do that. I got to do it." I mean, that's one of your ultimate preps right there is making sure you got frozen food and not having to worry about it not being frozen. Because if the power goes out, that's the first thing that's going to go. You got to eat all that stuff up right away, or it's just going to go bad, you know? And this way you don't have to worry about it. And it wasn't even buried like you would think it would be buried. It would probably, I assume if you would bury it at least maybe halfway, it would probably would stay even colder in there. But this was just, you know, a shed like you'd see in somebody's backyard where they got their lawnmower and stuff, you know? And it stayed frozen. Like I said they only made ice every 2 years. So I was like, that is an awesome idea. So you can pick up a lot of stuff if you got some Amish in your area. Have a good nap, SRD. So yeah, them Amish guys, and the Amish aren't as backwards as everybody thinks. I mean, they have power, they have lights, they have, you know, uh, they can't have electricity in their house. So everything's run off of gas, natural gas. They have gas lights, they have, you know, gas appliances. Uh, now there is a sect of the Amish, the Swartzen Troopers, that they don't use anything. I mean, you know, for lights they use candles. I never hauled any of them because they won't even ride in your car, let alone drive one. So, uh, but your normal everyday Amish, you know, they have a lot of them have. Yep, Dan, there's a lot of them. Blue Cord, good morning. How you doing? Uh, they have power in their shops. You know, they have electricity. They just can't have it in their house. They have boats with gas powered engines and things like that. They're not as backwards as everybody thinks. Blue Cord's in Ohio, right? I'm pretty sure he is. Blue Cord. There is going to be a Ohio bug out weekend this year. We were talking about it. Hi, Leela. There isn't a date set yet, but yeah, some of them do have internet stuff in their shops because they all have a shop. You know, they all make something. Anyway, yeah, bug out weekend. Vision had talked about it being in June sometime, so we'll probably get an update here shortly, maybe even today, because Vision is on in about a half an hour. So, but yeah, Amish, just some of the things that they do. I picked up a lot of tips and tricks from them guys, you know, things that I wouldn't have thought of. And to them, prepping is just a way of life. You know, like they can food like our grandparents used to do. You know, they can everything. They grow a lot of their own food. All of them have a garden. Uh, you know, some of them are big, some of them are just for family use. You know, some of them are big and they have a stand set up in the summertime for produce and things like that. There's a couple of grocery stores that the Amish have that that's where we started buying a lot of our food from because I don't trust the other food. And so yeah, I like being close to the Amish. It comes in very handy sometimes. Chewy, it's a car outside. No, Knock it off. He at least does warn me if something's around. Chewy. Chewy. No. It's just somebody in a car. You're fine. Chewy. Little Reba never warns me anything. High tech pig farms. Yeah, like I said, they've got some of them have internet and computers and stuff like that. They just can't have it in their house. And they all have cell phones too. So if you drive out in Amish country, you see a lot of these little sheds that, yeah, Billy, I'll bet. You see all these little sheds, and at first it reminds you of an outhouse. Right? It looks like an outhouse. And they have a little solar panel on the top. And you're thinking, why do they need, oh, it's probably for a light or something, you know. And Tin Man, good to see you. And what that is that's their phone shack. Okay, they'll have a cell phone, and sometimes it'll be 2 or 3 houses right there that'll use that cell phone. And they leave it in that little shack because they can't have it in their house. And that's their phone. That's like a phone booth. And they just charge the cell phone with the solar panel that's on the roof. So, oh, yeah. Dan, yeah, Reba she is not a guard dog. No. If somebody come in and decided to like take us out, she'd just kind of sit there and wait for them to be done and then say, you know, pet me and give me a biscuit on the way out. And I'm all good with that. Huh? Yes. You're useless as a guard dog. I love you, but you're not a guard dog. No. No, not one bit. You have no guard dog in you at all. Not. Zero. Zero. She figured out at bug out weekend that there was kind of like a main aisleway down through all the tents, and she would go lay in the middle of the Amish electric phone shack. Yeah. She would go lay in the main aisleway knowing that everybody was going to walk down through there so that anytime somebody come around, she could get some pettings. She looks so tiny now that she got her hair cut. I know she don't look tiny right now because she's right in front of the camera, but man, did she have some fur on her. Oh, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. What Reba will eat anything, I swear. Oh, say I eat anything. Oh, yeah. You're gonna go hang out with Billy at bug out weekend. You're gonna hang out with Billy. Now, L Dog, she is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. So she's close, except they got a short nose, and that's why she's a snorter. But yeah, Cocker Spaniel. They look a lot like a Cocker Spaniel. A little bit shorter nose, a little bit smaller than a Cocker Spaniel, but and say I might be a little spoiled. Bailey, she's already spoiled. You already spoiled? Maybe a little, maybe. Okay. Ever since she come back from her grooming day, she has been glued to me. I don't know if she thought she'd never been there before. We groomed her ourselves a couple times. Oh yeah, they're the sweetest little dogs, Tin Man. But she'd never been there, and she was only there. She was there 4 hours. Okay, I dropped her off at like 8 o'clock in the morning, picked her up at noon, and I don't know if she thought I was leaving her there or what, but she has been glued to me ever since she come back. And I told her I would never leave her anywhere. No, I would never leave you anywhere. No, I wouldn't. But, and like she was happy when I picked her up, and I don't know. Now I'm thinking instead of being just happy, she was just happy to see us. Like, oh, thank goodness you weren't leaving me here forever. Of course, that wasn't happening, but I can see her spots and stuff now because she was just a big fur goblin before that. A good girl. Yeah, a good girl. Well, guys, I think I'm going to get off of here and refill my coffee and get ready to go see what Vision has to say. Oh, her outfit. Yeah, the groomers, it was the day before Valentine's Day, so they put a little like Valentine's dress on her and a bow, and I did a little short if you want to go watch if you haven't seen it already. And she was adorable. But so yeah, guys, have a good day. Do some prepping this weekend. Do something, even if it's only for a few minutes. Get something ready. Uh, Grab some extra cans of food. Do what you can do. And like I said, I got to get Mrs. OVP Rita's. Yes, the dog is Reba. The wife is Rita. And yes, I have confused that a few times. Get her bag ready for her trip. And I got some other things I want to do this weekend. So we will see you all. No live stream next Saturday morning. There may be one, probably be one Saturday afternoon, maybe Saturday evening, but not in the morning because I have to go to that Sustainable Living Conference. So we will see you all sometime next weekend. I'm unsupervised next weekend, so I'm sure we'll do a live stream. Might even be a long one. Who knows? But we will see you all next week. Dan, I will say hi to Rita when she gets home from work. But anyway, we will see you all next week, and we'll see you over on Vision's live stream in about a little less than 20 minutes. I got to refill my coffee and get ready to see what Trent has to say. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Don't wait for SHTF because it ain't gonna wait for you. We'll see you all on the next time.